everybody. Hey, I'm up in here one more again. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the first person in the chat. Oh, wait, I don't even have it up. Oh, do I have it up over here? Wait, let me close out this tab because I really don't need that open. And I hate just having unnecessary tabs open. Close you, and I can close you. All right. Yeah, we good now. I got it popping on both sides. Let me give a shout out first and foremost to first person in the chat, my man Sylvester M. Good to see you. Also want to give shouts out to everybody that enjoying the stream so far and then clicked the like button. Thank y'all so much. Let's see here. We at Rosa Soto. What's happening? Soki one. Yeah, man. What's happening? Let's see who else we got. Linda Soto, what's good? Wesley Bethia, what's happening? UFO Kamikaze, what's happening? Sam Starr, Texas is out of control. Hey man, you gotta. I'm I've been in Texas for a little bit over a year now, and I'm gonna say this. Yes, Texas is out of control, but Texas is so big, man. You gotta give it some leeway. All right, you gotta give it a little bit of leeway. I like Texas. I do. I swear for Lord, I do. Let's see who else I got up in here. Just Teak, what's happening? R Soto, what's good? CJ Gunn, what it do? Athena Osborne, great evening to you. Let's see, Triz 313, what's up? And I think Champ Day, and let's see who else here. My brother from another mother. Hey man, I know I ain't talked to you in a couple of days, Easy, but I love you, brother. I swear for Lord I do, man, and I appreciate you. Let's see who else. Big Timer 24 Gaming, what's up? Marcus Jones, what's up? Owen Thalls, what's up? It's great to catch you. Hey, I'm glad to be live. JJ Du Bois, what's happening? Jamari95, Glib Talk, what up? Hey, shout out to the AFC and shout out to my brother DJ Just JOK, wherever y'all brother doing your thing. I bet you probably it's Saturday, so you probably getting your picky, getting your DJing on somewhere. And I appreciate you, man. Hey, man, salute to you, bro. Let's see, and also on the United Guns of America side, let's see who we got over here. TJ, what's happening? Quintina, what it do? Let's see, CJ Gunn over here representing. Triz 313 representing. I got case dismissed guaranteed in the house. I see you. James Hudson, what's happening? I appreciate those faithful few over there on the UGOA side of the game. Hey, look. I saw this, and the first time when I went through, I was just like, man, you know how you when you browsing through the internet, you browsing through Facebook, whatever the case may be, and you see something that just, it catch your eye, but you just be like, man, what's this bullshit? And I saw this, and I was like, what's this bullshit? And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this bitch is just, oh my God, she's just straight line. And I just could not let it go. I can't let go. I can't let go. No. My inner Anthony Hamilton took over and I just could not let go. I can't believe, here's what it is. Here's what's most offensive to me in this when y'all see this. The fact that and I get this and you get this with a lot of politicians too. The fact that you have the audacity to just flat out tell me a bold-faced lie, it's bigger than the lie. It's the fact that you think I'm gonna believe the shit you telling me, which is disrespectful. That's my problem with this. It's like, I get it, have your position, say what you gonna say, but when your ass gonna sit there and tell me some just flat out shit where you just like, I know this motherfucker ain't lying to me, like, that's where I have an even bigger problem. And I just, like I said, my inner Anthony Hamilton to, yes, like Kamala Harris, like most, and you know what? And my inner Anthony Hamilton takes over and I just can't let go. I just can't. And that's my thing with a lot of the Democrats that are running for president. And I'm telling y'all right now, I saw on Facebook today how they said Chance the Rapper and Cardi B both said that Trump is going to win again. He is. He is going to win again. And I'm telling you why. because these Democrats are so caught up and they're so hell bent on doing these bullshit ass trigger word catchphrase politics that I have no faith in them in getting anything done. They can't get nothing done. Now, granted, these goddamn Republicans, they're not the messiahs of politics and gonna deliver us to a greater place. No. But they were at least smart enough to just reinvent themselves. Like when they lost to Obama twice, they said it and they did it. They said, you know what the Democratic Party gonna do? Yup, we know we put old ass McCain up here, and we know we put the other motherfucker who ran. What was his name? I was about to say Bob Dole. That was back in the 80s. The other dude, I forgot who was the other guy that ran before McCain did. The other old cat that owned him and his wife. They own Huntsville or something like that. Mitt Romney. Yes, Mitt Romney. When they ran, they was like, okay, look, the Republicans came to their senses and said, look, we done ran a boring motherfucker, and then we ran a old and dumb motherfucker. Let's reinvent ourselves and let's do something different. They went back to the drawing board, and they came back with some controversial, outright rich, spoiled brat, billionaire bastard, and he was popular, and they won. And this is what they're doing right now. They doing it and they sticking with it. They doubling down on it. They not getting into all that bullshit that the Democrats are doing. And this is why they are sticking out. Right. I'm sorry. McCain was first, then Romney. Okay. But this is why when you look at all the Democrats, one of the things I think it was Chance the Rapper said, like, who's the favorite? Who is the favorite? There isn't one, because they are literally feeding off of and eating each other. They are cannibalizing each other. Instead of just saying, hey, look, let's stick to these points. Let's stick to this point. Everything that they talk about right now is about guns and it's about Trump. Any publicity is good publicity. Y'all keeping this dude name out there. Y'all not even trying to get us to look at something different. Everybody's watching this dude, and I guarantee you, he gonna win again. It is what it is. But let's get to Mammy Two Shoes. And before we do that, I'm going to play this here disclaimer that was done by none other than my wonderful wife.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting,
Can y'all hear it? Y'all let me know if y'all was able to hear it.
Teaching, and federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
He said, don't stop, she was sounding real good. Why you think I had her do it? All right, look, let's go ahead and let's get it cracking. So, for those of you who don't know, this is Judge Tammy Kemp. Tammy Kemp is the presiding judge over the Amber Guyger case, where Amber Guyger wandered into Botham Jean's apartment, shot his ass in cold blood, and all the brother was doing was watching some late night television while eating a bowl of ice cream on his couch. This bitch came in, didn't know where she was. She saw a black dude, got scared, and she shot his ass. And then she watched him die because she was like, oh shit, I fucked up. I bet not help this dude. I don't want him to live, because then I'm gonna really go to jail instead of going to jail for a little bit. So that's what happened. That's what happened. And pretty much when you see the sentencing and all that shit, Mammy Two Shoes, aka Judge Tammy Kemp, came down off of her bench, not only gave this woman a Bible, and this is the person who murdered this guy, murdered an innocent man. Not only did she come and give her a Bible, but she also ministered to this woman about the sweet baby Jesus, Lord our God, for at least about 10 to 12 minutes. Then also you will see that if you haven't seen, the bailiff or one of the deputies that is responsible for the custody of this woman was also patting and combing her hair to make sure that she looked presentable. And then you're going to hear this bald face ass lie that she's going to tell in this video. Let's go.
You gave her the Bible. I know that there's an organization right now. They have filed, it's an atheist organization, and they have filed a formal complaint saying it was unethical for you to hand her that Bible. Right. What is your response to them?
Well, it's not as though I said, Miss Geiger, you need a Bible.
But when you give someone a Bible, it is seen, it is a religious
It was at
gesture.
her request.
It was at her request.
What she said to me.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's a small thing in our government called separation of church and state. What that means is that religion and the state don't go together. Politics and religion don't go together. If you are a public official, if you are an elected official, your religion should not come into play in your courtroom, in your politics, in your government. Church and state, separation. That means church over here, state business over here. Bitch going to jail for murder, that there's state business, okay? Just wanted to get that out there. If you don't know about it, now you know. Google it, read up on it, whatever. But here we go.
After I said, please forgive yourself so that you can live a purposeful life. And she said, do you think my life can still have purpose? And I said, absolutely, it can. And she asked me, she said, do you think God will forgive me? And I said, absolutely, he will.
God up there sitting like that, bitch, you know you ain't gonna get forgiven for this. No, I'm just saying. Boy, I just can't get past this. This is just, it's, oh my God. I'm gonna let it go through.
And then she said, but I don't even have a Bible. I don't own a Bible. I don't know where to begin. And in that moment, I didn't want to lose Amber Geiger. And so I said, hold on, I'll get you a Bible. And I left the courtroom and went to my chambers and retrieved my Bible.
But does it get confusing when a judge behaves that way, in that you are there for the law, not for religion?
I was not there for the law. My legal duties had been concluded. No defendant presents themselves as one single act. The sum total of their life is presented. And
interesting you say that, because now the sum total of your years as a judge, people are now looking at that one moment and judging you. And I know you've seen the comments. I know you've seen the vitriol.
Actually, I have not.
You have not seen the comments.
No.
Now, that's a damn lie. You know damn well that she talking about, I haven't seen the comments. I didn't watch any of the comments. Bullshit. You at the top of the goddamn social media food chain right now, and you telling me that you ain't looked at none of them? Ain't not, and not to say that you ain't probably scrolled through on your phone, but I'm quite sure some of your friends, some of your family, your relatives, some of them people done came through and said, hey, did you hear what they done said about you, bitch? You doing it, they dragging your, somebody done said something to you. You done heard something, and I'm sure when you on your toilet at night, in the morning, before you going to work, you scrolling through your social media just like everybody else in the free world is, and you seeing what these motherfuckers saying about you.
Well, I won't read them to you.
It's funny you say that.
But some of them have been brutal.
They are brutal. My family's concerned, but I'm not.
What is your family's concern?
They've read the comments. I have not.
For your safety?
Yes. But my faith is strong. If God brings me to it, he'll bring me through it.
Now, how do you get, and I don't know what this, and this is where the bullshit comes in at. My family is concerned, but I know that if God brings me to it, he will bring me through it. And you start crying just because of that. Seriously. Come on, man. Now, if these tears ain't fake, I don't know what the hell is. You just don't automatically just get into tear mode with this shit right here just by saying those words. If God brought me to it, he'll bring me through it.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm discussing the hug, so that people will understand the sum total of what happened. Ms. Geiger asked about forgiveness. Ms. Geiger asked if I would hug her. I don't think any human being would have refused her at that moment.
You're such a strong woman.
I would have. I'm just saying. I'm a presiding judge. You are a judge in the courtroom. Why do you have never ever seen a judge do what you've done, and you have never done what you did? I'm sure there's been plenty of niggas, plenty of Hispanics, plenty of people who done came before this court before and been crying when they getting sentenced. So I guess if I'm getting 80 years and I start crying and I say, Judge, do you think the Lord will forgive me? I don't even have no Bible. Do you mean to tell me that this judge has a stack of Bibles that she runs into the back to go get and she comes out and brings them to the people who ask for them? Hell no. She don't do it. Probably ain't never did it. I would have told Miss Geiger, look, Miss Geiger, I understand that this is something new to you, but you must pay for your actions. I understand that you don't know God. You will have plenty of time to get to know him because you're going to have 10 years that you're going to get to do this business here. That's what I would have told you. You got 10 years to find out who he is. And I would have moved on. Now, if she got that much compassion for her, because I can't judge that. I can't judge it, and I am. If you got that much compassion for somebody you sentencing or the people are sentencing, if you got that much compassion for that person and you really want to minister to them, you really want to bless them with the sweet, sweet saving grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I get it. Then you take her back into your chambers, which you have every right to, because a judge can damn near do whatever the hell they want to do in a courtroom, as you clearly see. But you can take her into your chambers and you can actually give her a Bible. You can sit and have lunch with the bitch if you wanted to. You could have said, look, order in some PF chains and have it brought in, and I'm going to talk to her about Jesus, because this is my ministry right now. The gavel is down and the cross is up, and I'm about to save a soul for Jesus. I'm doing my Christian duty. That's fine. But you don't do that in no courtroom in front of all these people. You don't. She's dead ass wrong. And now that she's done that, she thinks that if she cries on Tamron and she makes this sob story and then flat out tell a few lies, all will be forgiven and shit can move on. That's bullshit. And then listen to Tamron tell her this bullshit.
At that moment.
You're such a strong woman.
How is she strong? Well, what do you mean you're such a strong? What did she do that showed just abnormal strength or above average strength? Nothing. What are you talking about? What is it that made her strong? I don't know. You get up and go to work and do your job. You're so strong to do that. I mean, the way you get in your car every morning and you punch your time sheet and you go in, the way you go and you collect that $130,000 check every year, it takes such strength to do that. Oh my God, I don't know how you do it. The fact that you sit up on that bench with that robe on and those flip-flops and you collect tens of thousands of dollars every month. It takes such strength to do that. I'm just beside myself. You're so strong. You're so strong to do that. Oh my goodness. So yes.
Before you go, I do want to ask you about the bailiff and explain to us what happened.
Now, let me explain to you something about the bailiff and judge relationship. Most bailiffs are with judges and assigned to judges and are the bailiffs for judges' courtrooms for usually their career. Barring them being on vacation, this is a person that they spend day in and day out with. They are like a little team, along with the court coordinators and the court reporters. They all sit in the same courtroom with the same judge, and they hang out, talk, all that shit every day. That's what they do. Okay? So, watch how she comes in and covers up for this judge. And then y'all tell me if this bitch lying or not.
There, so much of this,
You said
you have the answers to far more.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What happened in that moment?
So Ms. Geiger had been found guilty of murder, and I had held her bond insufficient, which means she was not free to move about. She was in the custody of the sheriff's department. However, we were on a lunch break, and I couldn't send her to the jail to be frisked. So we asked.
Actually, you could have. You're the judge. But let's go.
A female bailiff to stay with her throughout the lunch break. And if you know anything about the jail, you got to search every part of a person, including their hair, because we have people smuggle contraband and weapons in all manner of ways.
She was searching her hair.
Yes, she was accused of stroking her hair, but actually what she's looking for is contraband or weapons. And they do that to every female. So if you come to the Dallas County Jail, they're going to remove your...
This is why we do this show. This moment went viral.
Now, here's where I said before about a person just flat out thinking, and she's just thinking that everybody that's watching this, she's thinking that we're all dumb as shit to understand that, yes, oh, that's what she was doing. She's lying through her fucking teeth. That is not what that lady was doing. That bailiff was stroking her fucking hair. Here's the thing. Do inmates or do people that are in police custody, do they get searched? Yes, that is true. If you have long hair or dreadlocks or whatever, do you get searched? Does your hair get searched? Yes. It's a technique where they literally take their fingers, put it in your hair, put it on your scalp, and they go forward. They search your scalp with their fingers to make sure there isn't anything in there. Then they take their fingers and put it into your hair and comb through your hair. They take their finger, like if this your hair dangling, your little white hair dangling, they take their fingers, they stick it through, and they literally just bring it right down. You don't sit there and you don't pat and stroke her hair. And you do that before she comes into the courtroom. Facts. Truth. You do that when they are in custody, when they behind the motherfucking wall or whatever, if you're an inmate. If you coming in and your ass was out on bail, you getting free, they ain't gonna do it. You gonna walk through the metal detector, walk straight into court. However, like she said, she was in custody. So she should have got searched before she even came into that motherfucking courtroom. That's how they do that. That shit where you get to come into the court, you sit down, then the bailiff comes over and search your hair, that's a fucking lie. That is not what they do. And that bitch didn't run her fingers through her hair. She actually was fixing her hair. That's why she pulled it back off of her ears. She pulled it away from her face and she put it back on her shoulders. That's what she did. And the fact that that lady tried to say that shit, y'all should be offended by that shit, because I sure as hell was. I said, also, you just think I'm a dumbass. Not that I don't know the processes of the law and I don't know how shit go in the courtroom. Damn that. The average person can clearly see that that was not a fucking search. And if her hair was like that, like she said, if it was for lunch, she should have already been searched. You don't wait until she go. She didn't go anywhere. She just said I couldn't let her go nowhere. So why would she need to be searched again? Tell me that. Why would she need to be searched again if she is sitting there in that chair all that time? What knives, forks, needles, a razor blade, bow and hunting knife, what other weapons could she have gotten and smuggled into her hair in that time frame? Because she's not left alone at all at this point. She's not left alone. She should be with a deputy, should be with her 24/7. So how is she by herself to where she had to be searched again when you didn't let the bitch go nowhere?
They do that to every female. It happens in all manner of ways.
She was searching her hair.
So, yes, she didn't know anything about the jail. You got her to the jail to be frisked, and I had held her bond insufficient, which means she was not free to move about. She was in the custody of the sheriff's department.
Boom. She was in the custody of the sheriff's department. And when you have to be frisked, when you have to be searched or patted down, they do that in a private area. They don't do that in front of people. They don't do that in front of those cameras for the news to see. They don't do that there. It's just like when you go visit an inmate. When they bringing that inmate down to see you, when you going in and you sitting at the glass window or you sitting at the table waiting on that inmate, it takes a long ass time for the inmates to come because they got to go get them. And then before they come into that room, they got to take them into another side room and they search them there. And they already in the motherfucking jail. They search them there, then they get to come out. When they go back in, they go back into that little side room, they get searched again, and then they go back to their cell. So why would they not have done this with her? It should have been done already. And if that was a fucking pat down, it was the worst fucking pat down I've ever seen. You checking somebody for hair, ask any police officer who's done a pat down on a female. You don't do no shit like that. You check that hair, motherfuckers put on gloves and even will check their hair, especially if you want it on one of them nasty trailer parks and you know one of these white ladies got lice or some shit. You don't want that shit on your clothes. You don't want it on you. You put on gloves, you glove up, and then you check that hair. That's what they do. I have seen it 1,000 times. Well, maybe not 1,000, but at least a couple of hundred. But I'm just saying, that's how they do that. What she talking about is bullshit. She's flat out lying to people. And there's somebody somewhere that's thinking, oh, damn, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's crazy.
However, we were on a lunch break and I couldn't send her to the jail to be frisked.
She absolutely could have. She could have been like, bailiff, take her in the back, go frisk that bitch. And that bailiff would have been like, yassam, judge. Yassam. And that's what she would have done. Yeah, 613. Thank you, Soaky one. That's what she would have done. Man, let me tell y'all something. A judge, when they in that courtroom, they literally can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can do whatever the hell they want. I've seen judges tell motherfuckers, you will be held in contempt. And them motherfuckers ain't even got shit to do with the case. Say something else, your ass gonna be locked up. Motherfuckers say something else and their ass get locked up. You in contempt, motherfucker. 30 days, 10 hours, 24 hours, 1 day, whatever. Judges get to do that. She talking about, I couldn't send her to get frisked. You absolutely could have. If you felt that she was a threat. If you felt she needed to be searched again. Because she should have been searched before she even got in that room. Fucking lying ass boy. Man, stop letting people just flat out lie to y'all. Bitch, put some type of scheme to it. Put some type of overlay for the underlay to it. Just don't come out and tell me some stupid shit and expect me to believe that shit. Because that's disrespectful to the American people. And the fact that people seeing this shit, watching this shit, if you ain't getting outraged or if you ain't pissed off over this shit, that's the problem. We just let a motherfucker tell us anything we want to hear.
So we ask a female bailiff to stay with her throughout the lunch break. And if you know anything about the jail.
So, if you had a female bailiff stay with her, that means she was not out of the sheriff's custody, which means she should have been checked or would have been checked prior to entering the courtroom. Or once she got there, if she's going to be remanded in the court, then you would have took her in the back and did a full search on her, not just her hair. Because let's just say she smuggled in a porcelain knife under her dress. How would you know that if you don't pat her down, if you don't pat her down and she's now in custody? You have said, all right, you are now in the sheriff's department custody, Dallas PD custody, whatever the case, you are in the court's custody now. Bailiff, I need you to take her back, and I need you to search her while we break for lunch, before we break for lunch, so that we can make sure everything is good. Right? Right. It's bullshit.
You got to search every part of a person.
And if she just said that, you got to search every part of a person. So where did the rest of this search take place at? And why was it not done behind closed doors?
Including their hair, because we have people smuggle contraband and weapons in all manner of ways.
She was searching her hair.
Yes, she was accused of stroking her hair, but actually what she's looking for is contraband or weapons. And they do that to every female. So if you come to the Dallas County Jail, they're going to remove your...
This is why we do this show. This moment went viral. This woman was...
And this is why we do this show. This woman was attacked. This woman was assaulted by social media, and this was just an egregious thing that the world done, and we all just took part in this and didn't know that she was just doing her job. Lies, lies, and more lies.
Mocked on social media. People said things about her. They referred to her that were horrible.
Yes.
There were people who said, look at her, a black woman being a manny. Mm-hmm. They assaulted her on social media, and she was doing her job.
And this is exactly why your show is so important, because we have to educate the public.
And here's my thing, and I don't understand why nobody's like asked this question of her. And I guess it would be a two-part question. Tammy Kemp, have you ever come down off of the bench after a sentencing and not only given a Bible to a convicted felon, but also ministered to that convicted felon before in any other court case? Have there been any other of people that have been sentenced in your courtroom where you have done what you did with Amber Geiger? And if so, can we get the date so we can do the FOIA request to see this video? Tell me that is the question that I don't see nobody asking. Everybody just says, so what were you thinking when this happened? What was going through your mind as you did this act of humanity? Well, any human who was in the courtroom would have done what I did. This was something that was just a human thing to do. And look at these motherfuckers. They like, well, I see what she's saying. And that brother sitting there like, bitch, you lying. He look like he all every bit of gay. And he's sitting there like, with the face.
Judge Kemp, thank you so much for joining me today. You traveled from our good home state of Texas. I know it's always hard to leave Texas.
That's just because you're from Texas.
Thank you so much.
Lies. So look, Miss June, it's like this. I don't think that they should be given Bibles by the judge. If you want to get a Bible once you go to jail, you have every right. If you want to get a Bible, you want to get a Quran, you want to get any type of book of religion or whatever you want, that's fine. I don't care. But it shouldn't be given to you by no judge. It's not the appropriate thing to do. Because I can guarantee you she done sentenced plenty of niggas and ain't did the same for them. She done sentenced plenty of Mexicans and ain't did the same to them. Guarantee you that. The fact that that woman was white and the fact that that woman was on TV in a large case is why she did it. She did it for the fame. She did it for the likes. She did it for the whole thing of her increasing her. She wanted to get her celebrity on. Just like Judge Ito. Judge Ito didn't do that to the, he didn't go and hug the Browns after the case. He didn't go hug OJ and high five OJ after that. What would people say if Judge Ito would have high fived OJ? Hey, man, I'm glad you got off, bro. That shit was close, my nigga. What would they have done? What would the world have done to old Asian Judge Ito had he got off the bench and high-fived OJ? Dapped him up. Man, the juice is loose. I see, baby. People would have lost their goddamn minds. It's like, come on, y'all. You can't do what she did and expect for people not to say it. I'm glad those people filed a criminal thing against her or whatever.
You
What did they
gave her the
complaint?
Bible. I know that there's an organization right now. They have filed, it's an atheist organization, and they have filed a formal complaint saying it was unethical for you to hand her that Bible. What is your response to that?
Well, it's not as though I said, Miss Geiger, you need a Bible.
And here's the thing. It is unethical. And you see she didn't deny that and say, no, it wasn't unethical. It was. It's insane, man. I tell you. But, hey, I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Wanted y'all to check that out. I couldn't believe that I saw that. I couldn't believe that she did that. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was a whole nother level. And the fact that she just lied on why she did it, how she did it, she's just trying to just skew the shit to where it keeps her from looking like she fucked up when in fact she did. I would have respected the fact that she would have been like, you know what? I was caught up in the moment. I got emotional and my emotions got the best of me and I did something I should not have done. I apologize for it and it won't happen again. I would have said, I can't get mad at her. She owned up to it. She admitted that she shouldn't have did it. And then she corrected herself and said, hey, this won't happen again. I would have been good with that. But the fact that you still coming on, going on Tamron Hall, and crying and talking about, oh, I was just in the moment, and any human being would have done this. The fact that you still doing that, then gonna lie for your bailiff. The bailiff was searching her. It's a slap in our face, y'all. It's a slap in our face, and we need to get to a point in society to where when we see stuff like this, when we see things that go on in our country, when we see things that happen with our politics, when we see things that happen in our courts, and it's a slap in our face to where you know it's wrong, when you know it's against the law, when you know what they're telling you is not actually true and can't happen, we need to start saying, hey, man, stop it. Just stop lying. Just like everybody talking about this Beto thing. Oh, we gonna come take your guns. Beto, stop it. Because what you talking about is something that's not gonna happen. What you talking about is something that if you tried to make it happen, it would incite a civil war. And I should take offense to that, being the fact that I'm a civilian. I don't want to go to war with my police officers. I don't want to go to war with my government, with my army, or with my Navy. And the fact that you think it's okay for you to put something out there like that, I consider that a problem. And the fact that people are just sitting back saying, oh, he just running for president, we can let him say what he want to say. No, there should be certain things that you just can't say because it can lead the country down a path you don't want to go down. Do y'all, and for those of you who don't have guns, do y'all really want to see innocent Americans going to war with our own government about the right to have guns because some asshole think we shouldn't? Do we really want to see that? Do you really want to see the police kicking in doors? Do you really want to see army soldiers kicking in doors, getting into gunfights and rifle battles and dying on both sides of the fence because somebody thinks we shouldn't have what a right guarantees us to have? Beto should be ashamed of himself for that. And we should be calling him out for that shit. Same thing with the other assholes that's saying it. We gonna come and take your guns. What? Are you serious? Come on, we have to start standing up and just saying when people, yes, you should be able to say whatever the hell you want, but when you talking about instituting legislation that would go into effect that would actually violate our initial just flat out number 1 and number 2 amendments, that's a problem, man, and we need to call that shit out. And even when they try to finesse it, well, I would just start with this, with a registry. And then I would just start with the red flag law. Then I would just start with minimizing the magazine. It's going to keep going. It's a snowball effect. Because what y'all talking about is taking guns and ain't killing that many goddamn people in the first place. It's more people dying from stabbings, bricks, hammers, punch bowls, Christmas tree accidents, fires, automobile, plane. It's people dying from far worse shit than there are from semi-automatic rifles. And we worried about that. We need legislation to come and do that, which is going to violate our First and Second Amendment rights. Come on, get the hell out of here. All right. I just wanted to come and do this one real quick. I'm going to try to come back in a little bit. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. I will read the donations in the next show. And it's been great. Thank you, guys. I've had fun. I appreciate all y'all. I love y'all. And as always, I hope that this video helps somebody become... What's up, Bolo? I hope this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. And I hope that we just stop letting people say whatever the hell they want to say to us without challenging them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to take nobody's rights away or shutting nobody up. But when you say something that's just outright stupid, outright wrong, or just an outright lie, challenge them on it, people. We need to challenge them on it. So thank you. And to everybody else, it's always a pleasure. And I do want to address one thing in the beginning of the chat. Somebody in the chat, I can't remember where, and I can't scroll back. But shit, I can't find it. But anyway, somebody in the chat said that they love me, and it was a young lady. I appreciate the love. I appreciate it. I do. But just keep things respectful, because I do have a wife, and hey, everybody is not always receptive to what you may be intending or not intending. So just keep your comments. Say, hey, thank you for the show. I appreciate the show. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. I love all y'all. And hey, just keep it respectful to where you wouldn't be offended if it was somebody doing it to you, but also be considerate of other people's feelings. I have a beautiful wife at home, and I don't want to offend her, and I don't want nobody else to offend it. So just be mindful of that. Keep it real smooth and keep it wavy, as that dude said on that show. I just watched that show the other day. That was funny. But just keep it cool, people. I love y'all. Peace, and I'm out.